Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. Gervonta Tank Davis is living rent-free in the heads of his rivals, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and he's living rent-free in the heads of their fans. And what it ends up doing is making everything in your orbit revolve around him. Let's talk about it in this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Catch us live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live Sunday mornings with KQKC at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. The email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Let's get it cracking. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is a very interesting case. He's the hottest topic in boxing. His rivals can't stop talking about him. His so-called haters can't stop talking about him. And all it does is make him bigger. And it also gives his rivals a better chance of losing before they ever get to him, and a better chance of losing when those fights actually happen. Let's talk about it in this video. As I said, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna focus mainly on Shakur Stevenson in this video, and I want to focus in on Devin Haney fans in this video, because right now I can't even necessarily say that it's Devin Haney or Bill Haney. It's their fans by way of masquerading as fans of other boxers. I'm gonna get there though, don't worry. So let's talk about Shakur Stevenson. It's no secret, and I've said this before, but it's becoming very, very apparent that when you bring up Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson no longer knows how to behave. He doesn't handle Tank the way that he tries to handle other fighters, basically, which is with bravado, which is with accusing them of ducking, saying they don't want no smoke, basically separating himself from them and saying that he's on a completely different level from them, right? If you look at how he talks about Tank Davis in comparison to, say, a Floyd Schofield, you can see a distinct difference. He goes from saying that Tank Davis is ducking him to trying to talk about Tank Davis like he talks about other fighters and calling him out his name and all that, to making a video, a very respectful video, begging Tank Davis to quote-unquote fight him and stop ducking him, that his beef is not with Floyd Mayweather, to saying that he knows the fight is going to happen and Tank Davis is not ducking him, to now, today, and by today I mean here recently, he shifted again to now he got all the smoke in the world for Tank Davis. And it's just funny to watch because he doesn't know how to play it, bro. You can tell it's on his mental. He got into it with a fan the other day talking about, oh man, Tank Davis will knock you the fuck out. That's what the fan told him. Tank Davis will knock you the fuck out when y'all fight. Shakur got in his feelings, got mad, and instead of talking about how he gonna whoop Tank ass, he started talking about the fans' avatar picture, right? Just little things like that to let you know that young man don't know how to handle all this shit that's coming at him right now, specifically in regards to Tank Davis. You can even see it in the performances, vowing to stop people, saying if he don't retire, he gonna retire if he don't stop this person. You can see the pressure that Tank is putting on him with Tank's performances, and fans looking at Shakur like, okay, you keep getting compared to Tank. People keep saying you're gonna beat Tank. Let's see what you do. And then he goes in there, it's underwhelming, and only his diehard fans and, super duper Tank Davis haters, they're the ones that'll act like he put on some great performance, when in reality, he didn't live up to what he said, and he's feeling the pressure to try to stop guys, to try to step to guys, all because people are watching what Tank Davis is doing to Frank Martin. People gonna see what Shakur Stevenson does to Floyd Schofield, and it's gonna be compared with what Tank Davis does to Lamont Roach. He knows this, and it's because these fighters, these younger fighters, they can't stop putting themselves in there, or putting themselves in a position to where they're constantly compared to Tank Davis, because they won't stop saying his name. They won't stop clout chasing him. Well, now, when the general public goes to compare you to him, they're looking at what he's doing, they're looking at what you're doing, and it's drastically different in the case of Shakur Stevenson, which is why I asked Keyshawn Davis, don't go there. Don't go there. You climb in the uphill battle. Don't attach yourself to Tank. Make your name on your own merit. We'll call for the fight accordingly when you get to a point where we want to see that fight become champion, keep putting on great performances, and now people gonna be like, yeah, we want to see that Tank versus Keyshawn fight. Because if you do it in the way of a Shakur Stevenson, if you do it in the way of a Devin Haney, then now you're gonna forever be looked at and compared to him. And if you're not doing what he's doing, you're not putting on the performances he's putting on, people gonna be looking at you sideways. This is specifically true also for Devin Haney's fans, whose complete identity has become hating on Gervonta Tank Davis. If you go around YouTube, you see a lot of Devin Haney fans that are specifically talking about Tank Davis today, when in reality, Devin Haney had some pretty good news himself. He had some pretty good news come out. He released some sparring footage of him and Liam Perot. He's going back and forth with Richardson Hitchens. He said something about bum-ass promoters and things of that nature, yet Devin Haney fans are talking about Tank Davis today. And if you look at them, they have attached themselves to every fighter that has some sort of beef or some sort of opposition to Tank Davis. Teofimo said something about Tank, they on Tio's side. Shakur say something about Tank, they on Shakur's side. Frank Martin fighting Tank, they on Frank Martin's side. Tank Davis have a press conference with Lamont Roach. They talking about how Tank Davis was talking shit to the fans and shit. It's just a concerted effort and a clear agenda to go at Tank in a certain way because they're diehard Devin Haney fans, bro. To me, that's still the biggest. Like, it's still bigger than the Shakur shit, because the Shakur shit, it ain't really a whole lot of Shakur fans that's pushing that line like that. Most of the ones I talk to are reasonable, and they give credit where credit is due. The ones that's like going crazy on the Tank and Shakur shit, you can trace their lineage back to. If there was an Ancestry.com, bro, for boxing fandom, a lot of the people that I have conversations with, you can trace their lineage back to, oh, that's a diehard Devin Haney fan. If you go back and catch them on panels, or if they make content and you go look at their content, if you go look at the fighters that they support, if you go back to their stances on Tank and Devin, what you'll see and what you'll find is, oh, that's why they taking the Shakur side of the argument. That's why they ignoring the facts. Homeboy's a diehard Devin Haney fan. He's literally rent-free in a lot of people's head to where he controls the content that y'all put out. He controls the stances that you take. You'll literally say some shit that you don't believe, all in the name of you don't like him. I think he's playing the role of having a lot of love and having a lot of hate better than a lot of people in boxing, bro. And I think that's the reason for his polarization. Because you can't help but to talk about him. Whether you talk positive about him or talk negative about him, you can't help but to talk about that young man, bro. And he puts these fighters in a position to where they go try to fight outside themselves to keep up. Devin Haney tried to fight outside himself against Ryan Garcia. I don't care what you tell me. His daddy sent Devin in there to try to knock out Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney went in there with a stupid ass game plan trying to knock out Ryan Garcia because he was trying to keep up with what Tank Davis did to Ryan Garcia. Yep, sure the fuck did. Shakur Stevenson went in there and tried to do what he did to Artem because of what Tank Davis did to Frank Martin, and he knew that Artem was a former Frank Martin opponent. Fighters trying to go outside themselves, to fight beyond their skill set, something they're not comfortable doing, all for the sake of keeping up with him. He's rent-free in their head, bro. I can see it clear as day. You look at this Shakur and Schofield fight, it's going to be a lot of pressure on him to not run, a lot of pressure on him to not fight negative and be so defensive and be so risk adverse. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him. Where that pressure come from? Because this is a guy in your weight class that you compare it to that's knocking shit the fuck out. They're stepping on opponents while you are stepping away from opponents and going in the opposite direction. It's going to be a lot of pressure on that young man. And it's all because these fighters didn't chart their own path and just... They didn't chart their own path and just do what they needed to do to build their name without building their name off of his back. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I think a lot of these fans, a lot of these fighters Tank Davis living rent-free in their head, man. Smash a like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.